Hey, friend. Today I want to share with you a truth that almost nobody talks about openly, the real impact social media has on your life, your mind, and your future. If you've ever felt your attention slipping away, your time disappearing, or a strange emptiness after hours scrolling through Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok, you're not alone. And more importantly, it's not your fault. There is a system designed to keep you hooked, distracted, and disempowered. A system controlled by people far away, making decisions about what you see, what you feel, and how you spend your time. But here's the thing. While you're busy arguing, scrolling, and getting distracted, the real decision makers in this world, the government, the big corporations, the powerful elite, they are securing their futures, their children's futures, and living a life of abundance and opportunity. So what does that mean for you? It means you need to open your eyes, understand what's happening, and most importantly, reclaim control over your attention, your discipline, and your life. Let's break it down. What is social media really selling you? It's selling your attention. Every notification, every video is carefully designed by psychologists, data scientists, and behavioral experts to keep you glued. The more you watch, the more ads you see, the more money they make. This is called the attention economy, where your attention is the currency. Have you ever noticed how one video leads to another? How the algorithm knows exactly what to show you next? That's no accident. It's artificial intelligence optimized to trigger dopamine hits in your brain, creating addiction loops. Why does this matter? Because your attention is limited. You have about 4 to 6 hours of truly focused attention each day. When social media steals that, it steals your ability to learn, grow, and work on your dreams. What's worse? Studies show our average attention span has dropped drastically in the last decade. Some say it's now shorter than that of a goldfish. That means your brain is being rewired to crave constant stimulation, to hate boredom, and to avoid deep focus. And guess what deep focus is? It's the foundation of success, creativity, and discipline. Now you might wonder, who is behind this massive distraction machine? It's not just tech companies, it's governments, global corporations, and wealthy elites. Why? Because a distracted population is easier to control. When people are busy fighting each other online, angry about politics, religion, or trivial social issues, they don't question the bigger systems. Meanwhile, those powerful people send their children to the best schools, invest in assets, build networks, and prepare for the future. Their children study abroad. They grow in secure, resource-rich environments. They focus on building real skills and wealth. While you're distracted, scrolling, angry, or wasting time, the system keeps running, and you get left behind. Look around. How many people are truly living their best lives versus how many are caught in cycles of distraction? Social media paints a picture of success, but it's often an illusion. The influencers, the celebrities, the viral stars. Many are trapped in the same system, pushing content to keep the machine alive. And the average user? They're the fuel, the viewers, the targets. The reality is harsh. While you waste hours daily on platforms, your skills stagnate, your relationships weaken, and your goals drift further away. The wake-up call. Discipline over motivation. So what's the solution? Many people say, stay motivated. But motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. What you need is discipline. A structured, consistent approach to control your time and your mind. Discipline means setting boundaries for social media, choosing what to consume carefully, and focusing on building your future. It means saying no to distractions even when it's hard. It means prioritizing long-term growth over instant gratification. Your brain is wired to seek rewards. When you get a notification, a like, or a new message, your brain releases a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is often called the feel-good neurotransmitter. It signals pleasure, reward, and motivation. But here's the catch. Dopamine doesn't just make you feel good, it also creates cravings. It pushes you to seek more rewards. Social media platforms exploit this natural system perfectly. Every time you check your phone, you get little bursts of dopamine. Sometimes you get a hit, a funny video, a comment from a friend, a new follower. That's why it feels so good at first, but over time, your brain starts needing more and more stimulation to get the same pleasure. This is called tolerance. It's the same process that makes people addicted to drugs, gambling, or even junk food. Social media uses two powerful psychological tricks: infinite scroll and variable rewards. Infinite scroll means you never reach the end of the content. There's always more to see. No stopping point. Variable rewards means the content you see is unpredictable, sometimes great, sometimes boring, sometimes shocking. Your brain can't predict when the next hit will come, which makes it crave more. Think about how you check social media again and again, hoping to find something exciting. This is exactly how slot machines work. They give unpredictable rewards to keep you hooked. Because of this, your attention is fragmented. You jump from one video to another, one post to another, without ever focusing deeply on one thing. Multitasking feels productive, but studies show it actually reduces your ability to focus, impairs memory, and slows down your brain's processing. This constant shifting between tasks trains your brain to be shallow and scattered. Beyond attention, social media affects your mental health. Research links excessive social media use to increased anxiety, depression, loneliness, and feelings of inadequacy. Why? Because the content you see is often carefully curated, showing only the highlight reels of others' lives. You start comparing yourself and feel like you're not good enough. This further drives you into the cycle of distraction and seeking validation through likes and comments. Social media creates a false sense of connection. You might have hundreds or thousands of friends or followers, but how many real, deep connections do you have? Real relationships require time, energy, and vulnerability. Things social media often discourages by promoting quick, shallow interactions. This illusion of connection can leave you feeling isolated, despite being connected online. So what can you do? The first step is awareness. Understand that this system is designed to hijack your brain. It's not a flaw in you, it's a design in the platforms. Once you recognize this, you can start to make conscious choices about how and when you use social media. Now that you understand how social media hijacks your brain and attention, it's time to take back control. Discipline isn't about punishing yourself or being rigid. It's about creating boundaries that protect your focus, your energy, and your future. When you cultivate discipline, you build a shield against distractions designed to waste your time. Start small. You don't need to quit social media completely overnight. That can be overwhelming and unrealistic for most people. Instead, set specific time limits. For example, allow yourself 30 minutes a day for social media and stick to it. Use apps or phone settings that track and restrict your usage. This helps train your mind to expect focused, limited time rather than endless scrolling. Next, create tech-free zones. Choose parts of your day where you won't allow any screens, no phone, no laptop, no TV. Maybe it's the first hour after waking up, or the last hour before bed, or during meals, or while spending time with family. This helps your brain rest and rewire away from constant stimulation. Discipline also means prioritizing deep work. Deep work means focusing on one important task without interruptions for a set period. This could be studying, working on a skill, exercising, or planning your future. Set a timer for 25 to 50 minutes and commit to 0 distractions during that time. Afterward, reward yourself with a short break, but not by jumping onto social media. Try stretching, walking, or breathing exercises instead. Remember, your future depends on the habits you build today. The small moments of discipline you practice now compound into greater focus, skills, and success later. Think about where you want to be in 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years. Discipline is the bridge that takes you from where you are to where you want to be. It's also about mindset. Instead of thinking, "I'm giving up fun," shift to, "I'm choosing freedom." Freedom from distraction, from wasted time, from anxiety. You're choosing to invest in yourself, your mind, your body, your future. This mindset shift can change everything. Lastly, seek support. You don't have to do this alone. Find friends, family, or communities who share your goals. Hold each other accountable. Celebrate wins together. This positive reinforcement fuels your discipline and keeps motivation alive. By taking these steps, you can regain your attention, protect your mental health, and build a life designed by your values and dreams, not by algorithms or outside forces. Discipline isn't easy, but it's the true power that will unlock your potential. Building discipline is a journey, not an instant switch. The good news is that, like any skill, discipline can be developed step by step with consistent practice. Here are some practical habits that anyone can start today to strengthen discipline and reclaim control over their life. Set clear, specific goals. Without a clear destination, it's easy to get lost in distractions. Write down what you want to achieve. Whether it's improving your career, learning a new skill, or simply living a healthier lifestyle. Make these goals specific, measurable, and time-bound. For example, instead of "I want to read more," say, "I will read 20 pages a day for the next 30 days. Clear goals give your discipline purpose and direction. Create a daily routine. Discipline thrives on routine. Decide on a daily schedule that prioritizes your goals and sticks to it. Wake up and go to bed at the same time each day. Include focused work sessions, breaks, meals, exercise, and relaxation. Routine reduces decision fatigue, so your mind spends less energy debating what to do next and more on doing it. Use time blocking. Time blocking means scheduling chunks of your day for specific tasks. For example, block 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for studying or work, 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. for a break, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. for another focused task, and so on. When you commit to time blocks, you're less likely to drift into distractions. It also helps you create a realistic picture of how much time your tasks need. Practice delayed gratification. Discipline is built when you resist the urge for immediate rewards in favor of long-term gains. This means saying no to binge watching a series tonight so you can finish your project. It means skipping that endless social media scroll to get an hour of focused work done. Train yourself to wait for bigger, more meaningful rewards. Over time, this rewires your brain to value long-term success over short-term pleasure. Track your progress. Keep a journal or use an app to log your daily habits and goals. Review what you accomplished each day, what distracted you, and what you can improve. Tracking progress creates accountability and shows you that your efforts are paying off. It's motivating to see how small, consistent actions add up. Build in rest and recovery. Discipline doesn't mean working non-stop. Your brain and body need rest to perform at their best. Schedule breaks, exercise, meditation, and quality sleep. These help recharge your focus and willpower. Ironically, discipline grows stronger when you respect your limits. Eliminate temptations, out of sight, out of mind. Remove or reduce access to things that distract you. Turn off non-essential notifications. Use website blockers to restrict access to time-wasting sites during work hours. Put your phone in another room when focusing. Make distractions inconvenient so your discipline becomes the path of least resistance. Use positive self-talk. Be your own biggest supporter. Replace self-criticism with encouragement. When you slip up, remind yourself it's part of the process and recommit to your goals. Discipline grows from kindness and patience as much as it does from effort. By integrating these habits, you build a foundation of discipline that grows stronger every day. The transformation won't be overnight, but with consistent effort, your focus, productivity, and mindset will shift dramatically. Many people rely solely on motivation to get things done. Motivation feels great. It's that initial burst of energy and excitement. But motivation is temporary. It fluctuates based on mood, circumstances, and outside influences. That's why motivation alone is not enough to create lasting change. Discipline is what carries you forward when motivation fades. It's the inner commitment to keep going, even when you don't feel like it. Understanding the difference. Motivation is emotional and often linked to external rewards or feelings. Discipline is a habit and internal commitment independent of how you feel. For example, you might feel motivated to exercise because you want to lose weight or look better. But when you're tired or busy, motivation can disappear. Discipline is what gets you out of bed and into your workout clothes regardless. Why discipline is more powerful. Discipline builds resilience. It helps you withstand setbacks, distractions, and challenges without giving up. It creates consistency, which is the secret ingredient to mastering any skill or achieving any goal. Motivation is like a spark, but discipline is the steady flame that keeps the fire burning. How to develop a disciplined mindset. Accept discomfort. Growth often involves discomfort, boredom, or frustration. Learn to see these feelings as signals of progress, not reasons to quit. Embrace routine. Discipline grows from consistent daily actions, even when they feel mundane. Focus on process, not outcome. Concentrate on the actions you control daily, rather than obsessing over results that take time. Reframe setbacks. Instead of seeing failure as a reason to stop, view it as a lesson to improve. Visualize your future self. Imagine the person you want to become and remind yourself that discipline is what bridges the gap. Common myths about discipline. Myth number 1, discipline means no fun. Discipline is not about giving up enjoyment. It's about balancing short-term pleasures with long-term goals. When you're disciplined, you actually create more freedom and joy in life. Myth number 2, discipline is innate. Discipline is a skill anyone can build with practice. No one is born disciplined. Myth number 3, you need to be perfect. Discipline doesn't mean never slipping up. It's about getting back on track quickly. Real-life examples of discipline in action. Successful entrepreneurs wake up early and stick to a focused routine. Athletes train every day, even when they don't feel motivated. Artists create regularly, showing up at the canvas despite doubts. Students study daily, breaking down tough material into manageable chunks. In all these cases, the difference isn't just talent or luck, it's the discipline to show up and do the work consistently. Developing discipline is about making choices every day that align with your goals, regardless of your mood or circumstances. And when you commit to that mindset shift, your entire life will begin to change. Now that we understand the power of discipline, let's talk about the biggest enemy of discipline in today's world: social media. Social media platforms are designed with one goal in mind: to keep you hooked. Every like, comment, share, or notification triggers a little dopamine hit in your brain. It's the same chemical that makes food or other pleasures addictive. But unlike natural pleasures, social media is engineered to exploit this dopamine loop. The more time you spend scrolling, the more your brain craves it, making it harder and harder to stop. The true cost of social media addiction. At surface level, it may seem harmless, a few minutes here and there, but those minutes add up quickly. Shortened attention span. Constantly switching between videos, posts, and notifications makes it difficult to focus on anything for a prolonged period. Reduced productivity? Hours lost daily to aimless scrolling means less time for meaningful work or growth. Emotional drain. Exposure to negativity, arguments, and unrealistic comparisons impacts mental health. Distorted reality. The content you see is often curated or manipulated to keep you engaged, not to inform or inspire. This creates a warped view of life and success. Who benefits from your distraction? Let's be real, these platforms are businesses. Their revenue comes from your attention, which they sell to advertisers. But beyond business, there's a bigger picture. Powerful groups, including some governments and corporations, have a stake in keeping populations distracted and divided. Why? Because a distracted population is easier to control. When people fight over trivial matters, get caught up in online hate, or waste time on shallow content, they're less likely to question authority or demand change. Meanwhile, the people making those decisions, the ones controlling industries, governments, and economies, often live very different lives. Their children study at prestigious universities abroad. They have access to the best resources and education. They plan for long-term success while many are stuck in short-term distractions. It's time to wake up. This isn't conspiracy talk. It's just common sense. You have the power to choose where to focus your time and energy. The question is, will you stay in the distraction loop or break free? How discipline can liberate you from social media. Discipline allows you to set boundaries on your screen time. Choose content that adds value. Prioritize your goals over instant gratification. Reclaim your attention for learning, creating, and growing. It's not about quitting social media entirely, unless that's what you want. It's about taking control rather than letting the platforms control you. Small steps to start regaining control. Turn off non-essential notifications. Schedule specific times for social media use rather than random scrolling. Replace some screen time with activities that fuel your growth. Reading, exercise, learning new skills? Reflect daily. Ask yourself if what you consumed helped or harmed your mindset and goals. This shift won't be easy. It requires conscious effort and daily discipline, but the rewards are huge. Clearer focus, more time for what truly matters, improved mental health, a future built by your choices, not by algorithms. So far, we've seen how social media is engineered to steal your attention and why discipline is your best defense. But what does this look like in practice? How do you build a life where you're in control, where you're not a slave to distraction, but the master of your time? Understanding that discipline is a skill, not a trait. First, discipline is not something you're born with. It's a skill you develop, a muscle you strengthen over time. It requires consistency, patience, self-awareness. You won't get perfect overnight, but every small decision adds up. Creating your personal discipline plan. Define your why. Know why you want discipline. Is it for a better career? More peace of mind? Stronger relationships? Your why will keep you motivated when it's hard. Set clear goals. Break big dreams into small, actionable steps. Instead of, I want to be successful, try, I will study for 30 minutes daily. Remove distractions. Identify your biggest time wasters, like social media, and limit or eliminate them during work periods. Use time blocking. Schedule your day in chunks dedicated to focused work, breaks, and leisure. Build routines. Habits thrive on repetition. Create morning and evening routines that reinforce your priorities. Track progress. Keep a journal or use apps to monitor how you're sticking to your plan. Be kind to yourself. Slip-ups happen. Don't let failure discourage you. Use mistakes as learning opportunities. How this changes everything. Discipline creates freedom. Yes, discipline sounds strict, but it frees you from the chaos of distraction, the stress of procrastination, and the uncertainty of aimless drifting. With discipline, you gain control over your future, build confidence in your abilities, create space to explore passions and creativity, become a role model for others around you. A call to action. Open your eyes and choose your path. The world is noisy, confusing, and often designed to distract you, but you have the power to decide where your focus goes. Choose discipline over motivation, because motivation fades, but discipline builds lasting success. Turn off the noise. Invest in yourself. Create a future you can be proud of. If you commit to this, you'll not only survive, but thrive in this distracted world.